All right, good afternoon. I am here with the great HR of the Ross Hammock Grand. You are driving,
Thanks.
so I told you to turn your camera off. Um, you're you're a great looking guy, so everybody's missing out, but we will get a chance. I do want you to tell my friends and those folks that follow my blog all about Ross Hammock Ranch, what you guys do. So, first thing, what do you guys do? Tell me about it.
Well, we are a hunting and fishing outfitter. We offer guided hunting for both native and exotic game, and we offer guided fishing, both fresh and saltwater. And we're located on the Gulf Coast of Florida, about an hour and a half drive north of Tampa, Florida.
And it's in Inglis, Florida, right? I know
That,
nobody will know that
right.
other than us, but Inglis, about what, 2 hours north of Tampa?
It is. We're about 10 minutes north of Crystal River, straight up the Gulf Coast.
Okay.
And this area is known as the Nature Coast.
So I've never fished with you guys because I get seasick. What do you guys fish for?
Well, this area of the state, the water is really shallow here. It's amazing. So it's saltwater flats fishing. You know, we're not going out deep sea fishing. Um, it's saltwater flats fishing, but man, there's an abundance of species here. I was talking to one of my guides yesterday. Had a great day. Caught redfish, trout, pompano, cobia, snook, black tip shark, just a lot of different species. And I tell you what, man, you hunt in the morning and then do a midday fishing trip and then hunt again before dark. That comes with a guarantee you'll sleep good that night.
How far is the fishing from Girls Ranch?
It's about a 3 minute car ride from our lodge to where we leave from a little town called Yankeetown on the Withlacoochee River. And man, it's a pristine area. You start on a freshwater river and head west out to the Gulf of Mexico. But it's not open water. There's a million little islands there, and it's more like freshwater fishing, but it's actually salt water. And they just call it saltwater flats fishing, and it's terrific. We also offer nighttime bow fishing out there, which is amazing. We do bow fishing and gigging at night. So, man, there's something for everybody, John.
You guys really do. I'm a huge fan. I was singing your praises before we got on here. You've always been really good to me and my son. We've always enjoyed our trips up there. Anxious to take my other sons as they get older. So I guess this is more of a chance for you guys to brag about yourself. I love your story. What makes you guys different? I mean, there are exotic farms, not really all across Florida, but certainly all across the South. What makes you guys different?
I think I'd have to say it's the one-stop shopping that when you come to Ross Hammock Ranch, we're going to provide all the meals and lodging. We're going to have a cook for you. We're going to have a guide. We're going to provide your hunting license. We're going to provide rifles if you need it, rifle range, 3D archery range, private lodging in our Cypress Log Lodge. Then we've got uh, walk-in coolers to age the meat for you, full butcher shop. Our head butcher has 35 years experience processing wild game, on-site taxidermy services. So all you have to do is worry about having a good time. We handle all the details for you.
So when you say one-stop shop, I mean basically you just got to get there, right? That's really it.
Exactly. That's
Um,
it, man.
and you guys are I mean, you're it. So if people make reservations, they're not talking to a call center in Atlanta or Texas or anything, right?
That's right. I answer my phone. So if you call, text, or email me, I pride myself in getting back to people very quickly and the personal touch, and works out great.
Well, you certainly do. My first trip I made up there, my reservation, I submitted it's like a query on a Sunday night at 7 or 8, and within 30 minutes, I got a cell phone call to you, and I told my wife, I was like, man, anyone that takes such pride in their craft, I certainly want to take go and experience the product they're offering, and we haven't been disappointed either time we've gone up there. You've always followed up. Again, you guys do things right up there. If people, I mean, do you prefer people to call? What's the best way for someone to make a reservation with you guys?
I think kind of like the ideal way is when you go to our website, there's a little form on there called request a quote, just a point and click. It's really easy to do. And then as soon as I get that, um, I email back the information, but I also call the person, and we usually have a 15, 20-minute conversation on really what they're looking for and the personal side of it. You know, a lot of times it might be a son's birthday, or it might be a bunch of ex-college buddies getting together. Everything's different. So we kind of go over the objective, and then I give them, you know, a few days to digest all that info. And then there may be a follow-up phone call. And then when they want to reserve, there's another little icon on our website that says book your trip. It's just another form they fill out with the arrival date, any food requests, things like that. And then when I get that, I print it out and call them back and confirm everything on there. And then we email them a confirmation with the map and directions, and it's all good to go.
Well, and so that is one of the things you guys pride yourself on is, I guess, we'd call it like transparent pricing. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, all of our prices, to the best we can, are on our website, and you know they're updated and current. And then when they fill out that request a quote form, or when we talk on the phone, I go over all the pricing with them, so they have a hard copy of everything. And you know it's important because a lot of times there's anywhere from 2 to 10 people in the group, and the person that calls has to explain it all to the other 5, 6 members of his hunting party, or to his wife or husband. And so it just gives them everything in writing. Like you say, it's transparent, and it works out nicely.
Well, and that's you know, I will say you and I have talked about this before. I think one of the best things you guys do is you know what your price is going to be when you walk in the door, and more importantly, when you walk out of the door. I think you hunt at other locations, and I'm sure you've shared the experience of number one, not knowing what your prices are. Number two, when you get your invoice, wondering what in the heck everything is. So you guys, again, as a consumer, I'll say you guys do a great job of avoiding that post hunt surprise, if you will, which is a terrible experience. You were talking about kind of an all-in-one stop. Every time I've been there, I've smelled the dinner that you guys are cooking, and I'm always dreading the fast food that I'm going to eat on the way back to Tampa. So,
Right.
it's yeah. Again, you guys do everything right. Just some kind of ending questions here. One of the things that I like to post on the Hog blog, quite candidly, primarily is my love of pig sausage. What's your favorite way to cook wild meat? What do you like?
Okay, I'm going to give you the secret recipe. Okay, this
Can
this
we
is my
compare?
this is my. Don't tell anybody this. Everybody turn the radio off. I'm just kidding. The what I like to do is smoke wild hog meat. What I do is I start with a bucket of water, and I put hickory chips in that water and soak my hickory chips overnight in that water. If you really want to be cool, soak them in rainwater overnight. Okay, and then on the day that I cook, I go to my smoker, and you know I got my charcoal in there, but I put a layer of those wet hickory chips on top of it, and then into my pan I put a mixture of 50% pineapple juice and 50% water. So I'm smoking them over that hickory chips, and it's steaming that pineapple juice up into the smoker, and then it settles back down on it. And then about every 30 minutes to an hour, I'll spray it with like an apple juice vinegar out of a spray bottle. I just kind of spray it down with a light coating of that apple juice vinegar is what I think they call it. And man, it's just slap your grandma good. It's really
Sounds
really
good.
good, and just slow cook it over a slow heat. I remember once I was having a party behind my house, and ends up some people came that were vegetarians, and they go, "Oh no, we don't eat meat. You know, where's the celery and carrots and stuff?" And I said, "Look, just take one little bite." And they did, and I swear I converted them. They said this is the best thing I've ever eaten in my
You
life, and they immediately became carnivores. It was
you
amazing.
you broke them. That's sad. They had gone through all that discipline and they couldn't take it.
Yeah,
I would say last question for you. What's your favorite firearm of all time? If you had to identify one firearm, what would it be?
man, I would have to say, I'm a romantic at heart, and like an old cowboy 30-30, man, with a lever action on it. There's just, that gun has probably killed more game than anything. It's not, I'm sure that ballistics and gun experts would say, oh no, that's not the best gun anymore. And I agree, it may not be the best gun, but there's something romantic about an old cowboy, Winchester or Marlin 30-30, and go home and watch a Western on TV and then go out and kill a hog with a lever action 30-30. Is my favorite gun. Some hunting places won't let you hunt with a lever action because you got to be careful that when you shoot something with it, it's just human instinct to automatically inject a new shell into the chamber, and then the animal falls, and you don't realize that you got a live round. So, I tell people to be very careful with those lever action guns, but it's still my favorite, I think.
Well, hey, that's a new answer. I've never heard that one before. I've sold two lever action rifles in the last 2 weeks, which I'm
Have
learning
you?
about them as well because I own one, but I've never shot it. It was a passed down gift from my grandpa. So we
Uh-huh.
certainly appreciate you appearing on here. I'm going to list your all's website below. It's rosshammockranch.com. Big fan, and I am coming back up in June, so I'll post some pictures from the hunt on here. Okay.
Man, we
Thank you for taking
appreciate
some
you.
time
You're
with
fun
me.
to hunt with. You're a good man, and we
Thank you.
appreciate you bring your son up. Come anytime, man. You're always welcome.
I just am afraid I run off all your turkeys as I shoot and miss. So be safe. Thank you for your time today. All right.
Okay, thank you for letting us be a part of your show, man.
Yes, sir. Bye bye.
All righty.